Ah, your sequel was so good. I am going to see it again. Oh, hey, I just saw the sequel to this one right here, Super Mario Galaxy Movie 2, so I'm going to be doing a quick review of that. But we also have a little bonus because I'm unboxing the 30th anniversary edition of the original 1993 Super Mario Brothers movie. And as you can see here, I also have an earlier Blu-ray edition. Pretty cool. The company's, as you can see there, Umbrella. They actually do these movies, and even though the Blu-rays say they're region B, these actually play on all your players, so they work. So here's what it looks like. As you can see here, it says PG, but nothing right there. Pretty nice. So we're gonna do the unboxing real quick, and I want to talk about this because these was the original Mario Brothers movie. I unfortunately never got to see this in theaters, but not bad. And look at that. There's a Super Scope, and the Super Scope is actually in the Galaxy movie, which is pretty cool. There's so much to talk about too. Um, Hopefully, the thumbnail that I'm going to use will work. You know how they get a little temperamental and stuff. But I actually saw that in the movie theater. I'll talk about that in a second. Anyhow, that was a pretty interesting one. Anyways, so let's get into it. So I love this movie. It's actually a lot of fun. As you can see here, it's a little more bright with the design and stuff. You have the characters. There's the information. This one's actually 2 disc set because if you look here with this one, it's just a 1 disc. Pretty nice look though. All right. All right. Now that we got that out of the way, let's do it here. Quick look. And oh, that's actually cool. Okay. So first off, here's our 4K copy. It has the same look as the Blu-ray from that one, as you can see, but a little different. But here's the cool part. I then lift this clear one up and we have this alternate design right there for the Blu-ray DTS, which is pretty cool. Now, I wonder if it's not the same. It does. All right, so that was the internal. That's when you buy it. Oh, pretty cool. All right, so I'm going to flip it over that way you don't see that big PG thing. This is pretty cool. I like doing that. So I wasn't expecting that. I can get it in. All right. Well, all right. So again, here's the difference between an earlier version and the 30th. You also have different characters up front. You can just make out Bob, the guy who plays Mario on the new one, and the guy who played Toad in the original. All right. And the other cool thing is there was actually a little trivia and stuff when they started getting the movie ready to play for this one at the beginning of Galaxy. All right. Oh, and I forgot. Gotta have a hat. Anyways, um, let's get into it. Okay, so after I got in, saw the trailers and stuff, I got in for like the second showing, which was a 3D showing, and the theater was nearly packed. I was lucky to get any middle seat, which wasn't right on the damn screen, so I still have this curve and stuff, and it was a 3D showing. This is actually one of those movies where the 3D was just right. It's not overbearing. It doesn't feel like it's being shoved down your throat. It actually worked very well. Good film. There were some sequences where it's like, damn. Okay, that was cool. Sorry. But yeah, the theater was packed. Everybody was glued to that screen. We were enjoying ourselves. We were having a great time. Um, the movie opens up with Rosalina and Bowser Jr.'s attack. It's really action packed. The movie is still family friendly. I want to make that very clear. Um, Then, after that whole sequence, we then jump to Mario and Luigi going to the area from Mario Odyssey, the upside down pyramid and stuff, and all the characters are there. I'm like going, wow, it's even that big dude who's walking around with the glasses and stuff, that looks like an Easter Island statue. Was that cool? You see Yoshi, and Yoshi does a little backstory once they finally meet with him, where we actually see that, because remember he hatched in New York next to a warp pipe, and he goes up to the surface, and he's walking around. We see a lot of characters from the first movie. Even Donkey Kong makes an appearance real quick. Um, and it's really cool. And then he gets back down, and it's a little funny quote. And then they get back up to the surface. They take Yoshi back. There's a whole celebration for Peach's birthday, or at least what they think is. Then all the school stuff starts coming down. These cool little dust things of like stars, and then eventually, we meet the first Luma, who tells them, Rosalina's in trouble, and a whole bunch of other stuff. And she's like, okay, I'm going on my own adventure. Toad goes with her. She leaves a letter, take care of the kingdom for Mario, Luigi, and Yoshi, and they are like being wasted with just how much stuff is going on in the kingdom. You can tell. I also should point out is that as we saw through the first film, by the end, Mario is finally coming into his own thing. Okay, he's become the hero, and this one is just another Tuesday for him at this rate, even though it's kind of exhausting. And he did a great job. And they did a lot of powers. I saw the frog suit from three. That was used very effectively. The ice powers make a return. There's a couple of others. And then eventually we meet Bowser again. A little thing there with the book club, the paintings. And eventually Bowser Jr. shows up, attacks, destroys the castle, drops it on another planet. And, there's these cool action sequences and stuff, including Bowser, Mario, Luigi, and Yoshi having to work together. Yeah, they, by this point, Bowser has become sort of a frenemy to Mario and stuff. It's actually pretty cool. It's not the worst. And Jack Black plays it so well. You can hear a little more of him in this one. He's not as, in a sense, grovelly, but it works pretty well. Um, Peach makes it to this planet she's trying to go to, and Mario and the others, they're trying to get there too. Eventually, they do cross paths, but not before Peach has this adventure. There's also this annoying character that sets them on a different adventure path. I'm really happy to say something will happen to him in the very, very far credit scenes at the end, right before the movie ends, post credit scene. Um, and we meet characters from Mario Brothers 2, including Walt, his, bomb throwing rat, the egg shooting chick. They're all there from 2, even the Shy Guys. Makes sense. Yoshi even eats a few people and spits in those eggs, so he doesn't kill them. It's really well done in that regard. And then once we get to that galaxy world, we also have a lot more cameos that are not exactly Mario characters. Um, just to give you three, just three. There's more. There's way more. Um, you have Pikmin. Yes, we see Pikmin. You have Rob the Robot. If you've ever seen Rob the Robot, it's pretty cool. And they milk that scene too. I'm just going to say that. And they also have Star Fox. That's just the three I'm picking right there. There's more. And there's also cool, like, they not only use Mario Brothers music and scenes, including actually from the 8-bit games and stuff, but they also have these cool other sequences. Uh, oh man, it was fantastic. It was beautiful. Um, Good soundtrack. um, you know, more orchestral this time, not so much, like, oh hey, let's put on like AC/DC or this group. No, no, they went more orchestral for this one, and it's much more like Mario Brothers kind of themed. Really good though. And eventually you have the R-Wing and stuff. You have the final battle. You have all these characters doing stuff. You have, of course, the big T-Rex. You know, the one from Odyssey as well. Yoshi, the babies, and yes, they do use they do use the Jurassic Park T-Rex scream. Okay, and I'm like, oh yeah, yeah, that works. Freaking fantastic. Um, Eventually, you have the ultimate confrontation. You have Peach and Rosalina. I'm not going to say much more. There's two credit scenes, by the way. One is, of course, mid-credit after like these main, like roles of this stars, this, and then of course the very one at the very, very, very end. Um, so there's that. Um, one other thing I want to say is that Bowser, he really does come across as a really good father character in this one. You can tell he loves his kid. He might be evil, but he does love his kid and wants to give him all this stuff and so forth. And I love the fact that, Junior's like a chip off the old block, yet he's funny and I enjoy him and stuff. And it worked very well. And the two of them are actually credible threats, okay? They are credible threats in this film, which I thought was hilarious and cool. They are credible threats. And they're going to be back for the third film. There's going to be a third film. This film's making money like crazy, and the theater was nearly packed when I got in. I got lucky. I was 20 minutes before you even had to be in to start setting to see stuff. And I was lucky to get the seat I got. Um, I also noticed when I left the theater that kids were wearing Mario hats, like the one I've got on. There was an actual kid there. He was getting a picture right next to the poster for the movie from his mom, and they were leaving. I saw other adults leaving, and they had Mario and Luigi hats on. Um, you didn't hear anybody complaining about the film. Everybody loved it. It was really well done. And I can't wait for more. Again, there's stuff I want to talk about, but I can't without spoiling huge aspects of this film. I have left so much out. I haven't talked about whole things. Remember, go see the movie. Make up your own mind. Don't trust those critics that are like, oh, I'm going to give it a 40% on Rotten Tomatoes. Look, dude, it was a fun popcorn kid and young adult and also adult movies. I mean, many of us grew up on Mario. I'm not going to complain. I go see a Mario movie that's good, and this is good. It works very well. It also pays perfect homage to the games it's from, and it works very well. I would recommend it any day of the week, and I think it's going to do pretty good. And like I said, it is making money. Okay, it is making money. Even my work partner, he's going to take his girls to go see the movie too. So yeah, it's pretty good. So not only did you get the unboxing of the original 1993 movie, my personal thoughts on it, and also, like I said, if everything works out, you'll see that the cover art for this. There was actually a Yoshi popcorn bucket where the egg opens up and the popcorn all goes in there. It was huge. It was pretty decently sized. It was about like like you and there was a normal popcorn bucket and a normal soda thing, kind of like what I did with Tron, but a little differently. Those ones actually lit up and had more things. These were raised and stuff. And at $30, they were just a little too expensive. That's why I didn't buy them. They also weren't as cool as the Tron ones. Um, Again, I recommend the film. It is actually good. Go see it. Make up your own mind. I would recommend it. There's so much to just get into. Anyway, guys, I got to get to some other stuff. There's some other things I got to unbox, other things that I'm waiting to, and a couple of things I'm waiting for. Plus, here's my Lego Game Boy. Mario Brothers Land is on that. As for the third film, I'm actually hoping that we will get to see Wario and Waluigi in that film. I think that would be a good setup, and probably a few other characters. Anyways, guys, like and subscribe, hit the bell for notification, and I'll see you later. And go see the movie. Bye.